We are trying to basically concentrate on the software testing demo as on today. So try to concentrate on we are trying to basically concentrate on software and testing. So we would we would see the software at the initial stage. We will be splitting the software and testing into two individual parts, and we'll be seeing at the software at the initial stage. Then we'll be trying to concentrate on the testing part. Right. So let us try to concentrate on what we mean by software. So what do we mean by software? We could say software is basically a combination of different sets of modules combined together to perform a specific task. Whenever we mean by a module, like whenever you try to concentrate on a specific software, let us say you're trying to basically concentrate on the basic software like as a calculator. The calculator will have different kinds of modules or functionalities. Whenever we mean by a module is nothing but it's a specific functionality which is trying to do a specific task. Like whenever you take up a calculator, you have different functionalities like as addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, etc. So each specific functionality is going to do a specific task. Whenever you try to take another application like as an ATM machine, like you'll have a login functionality, you'll have money withdrawal, you'll have cash deposit, you'll have fund transfer, you'll have utility payments, you have different kinds of functionalities like this, which the specific module will be performing a specific task. It means whenever you are trying to concentrate on a specific software is basically something which is basically a combination of different sets of modules combined together to perform a specific task is called as a software. So now try to concentrate on a module. We have concentrated on a module level till now. So whenever you are trying to concentrate on the module level, a module is basically a combination of different sets of programs. What do we mean by program? Program is nothing but like it will have set of instructions. Nothing but the lines of code whichever we have. The lines of code whichever we have in the programs is called as a statement. So we have basically three types of statements. One type of statement will be taking the input from the user. One type of statements are going to process the data. One type of statements are going to give you the output of the particular application. It means whenever you take a login screen of any kind of application, the login application is going to take the inputs from the user, which is nothing but it is some kind of statements are going to take the inputs. Once you pass in your data, that is your username and password, it is trying to process the data. Whenever we mean by processing the data, it is trying to check out whether you are a valid user or not. Whenever you are a valid user, it is trying to give you an output. Whether you are a valid user or an invalid user, it is trying to give you an output of that particular application. So whenever you look at a software, the rules of the software will be there in the statements. The combination of the statements will become a program. The combination of these programs together will become a module. The combination of all these modules together will become a software. This is how the architecture of the software is designed up. Coming on to the testing part. So what do we mean by testing? Testing is nothing but running our applications under controlled conditions by passing both the positive and the negative data into that particular application to validate the functionality of the application is called as testing. So, testing is nothing but running our applications under controlled conditions by passing both the positive and the negative values to validate the functionality of the application is called as testing. So whenever you are trying to concentrate on the testing area, it is not that we are only trying to pass positive values and test the particular application. We need to also pass the negative values into this particular application and test the functionality of the application. The reason behind this is, let us say like I am only trying to test the functionality by passing only the positive values. Only the positive values. Let us say I have tested a particular application, particular login scheme by only passing the positive values into that particular application. The application was working very fine with the positive values. Now, my customer comes to me, sits with me, tries to test an application by passing the negative values. Let us say like he tries to give my username without entering my password. He just tries to click on OK. OK or login or sign in or whatever it has. Let us say the application allows him to log in into the particular application and see the complete data whichever I have. So it means whenever I am not able to test an application by passing the negative values, there is a possibility or a probability to have the negative impact on that particular application. That means whenever I don't test that particular application by passing the positive values, the particular application will have a chance of accepting the negative values and giving the access to the third party users or to the unauthenticated users, which is a threat to the complete functionality of the application, which we can say it as a complete failure of the application. Then it was not performing the operations as expected by the user. Then it could be said as the complete failure of the application. Due to these reasons, we are trying to basically conduct the testing on the functionality of the applications. Conduct the testing on the functionality of the applications by passing both the positive and the negative values into the particular application. So that is what we mean by testing. So when does this testing has came into picture, and how we'll be testing, and what are the areas that we are trying to concentrate on. So let us try to concentrate on when the testing has came into picture. The software has been, the people have been developing the software since from the 1950s. There was nothing called as testing that was there existing in the 1950s. They simply tried to develop the softwares, conduct the debugging on the particular applications. As you know, debugging is nothing but they are trying to check only whether the functionalities whichever they have developed is working in an accurate manner or not will be tested by them. Got it? And they use it to release it into the market. Whenever they have released the software into the market, what it would be happening is, it would be impacting the end users. That is, like let us take some few examples, or let us look into some few examples which has happened in the earlier days. Like there was a software company, there was a banking company which has asked a software company to develop a specific software for their banking company. The banking company, the software company has developed an excellent software for the banking company and had released it to the banking company. The banking company was very happy with that particular software. Every feature went very fine. Every feature worked very fine till the end of the year. Whenever they have reached the end of the year, they had to calculate the interest rates to their customers. By the time they had calculated their interest rates to the customers, the software had worked very, very wrongly. The software started working very wrongly. The software started working very wrongly. It had calculated very higher interest rates to their customers. So the banking people, assuming that the software is working fine, had paid the interest rates to their customers. By the time the banking company had realized that the software had a flaw in it, they had lost everything. They had lost everything. Due to this reason, the software company had to shut down its operations. So by this we can understand that whenever the software that we are using has some sort of defects in that, depending upon the applications we are using in, it would be impacting the general public, or it would be impacting that kind of applications. So the software organizations wanted to develop a quality software to the end user, because whenever, like let us try to basically understand what happens when a software gets failed in the market. When a software gets failed in the market, the companies which has developed the software will lose their reputation, will lose their brand value, will lose their customers, will the customers who has purchased that particular software will not be coming back to them again and again. In the sense, like whenever the companies have lost their brand values, the people will not be confident enough to buy the softwares which has been developed by them. So due to all these reasons, the companies wanted to develop a software which should be reasonably good, which should be reasonably good enough. So the companies thought of developing the quality softwares. So the companies wanted to test the softwares before they release it to the customers. They wanted to test the softwares. That is the reason the companies started conducting the testing. They had invented a process called as software testing into the software development life cycle, wherein after development of the software before releasing it to the customer, they have inserted a process called as software testing into the software development life cycle. So this is how the software testing had came into picture. Right. When do we conduct the testing? Whenever a software application is newly being developed, whenever there are any sort of modifications that are being requested by the client or a customer, we will be conducting the testing on that particular kind of applications. How we will be conducting the testing? We will be conducting the testing by two ways. Like one is the process called as manual testing process, and the other process is called as the automation testing process. We will go on to the manual testing and the automation testing in the later on point of time. So let us try to concentrate on why the softwares will have defects in the applications of the softwares. Softwares will be having defects in the applications or the softwares because of various reasons. Because lack of time, lack of resources, lack of knowledge in the domain, lack of communication skills, lack of seriousness of the development teams. So whenever a project has to be delivered within very shortest period of time, like they will not be having not be having time with them. So that is called as lack of time. Whenever we mean by lack of resources, lack of resources is nothing but, like let us say like we wanted to conduct the testing with for conducting a particular application it would require 6 members of team members. But let us say like we have only 4 members of team members and the company was not able to give the remaining 2 members into the team. So that means like we are facing a problem of lack of resources. Lack of knowledge in the domain. Whenever we mean by lack of knowledge in the domain is nothing but like we are trying to basically concentrate on. Like whenever a project is getting started up, like we will be having different kinds of the people will be coming from different kinds of domains. Like the people will be coming from the people might have worked on different kinds of domains. Like some people might have worked on banking domain, some people might have worked on insurance domain, some people might have worked on medical domains, some people might have worked on ERP domains, and so on. Let us say like the people who has worked on the insurance domains are requested to work on the banking domains. So will the people feel comfortable to work on the banking domains? No, absolutely no. So they need to provide some sort of training sessions on that particular domain. Whenever they don't have proper time to conduct the sessions, the knowledge transfer sessions, probably these people will be having lack of knowledge in the particular domain. So this is one of the problems that would be facing. Let us try to basically concentrate on on, what would happen if the people who are recruited does not have proper communication skills? Whenever the people are not having proper communication skills, like first, let us try to basically concentrate on this particular diagram. The customer is trying to basically explain about a specific requirement. Whenever the customer is going to explain about a specific requirement, like the project leader had understood the requirement in this manner. Whenever it is being transferred to the next guy, to the analyst had understood the requirement in this manner, and whenever it is being transferred to the next guy, to the programmer wrote it in this manner. Whenever it is being delivered to the next guy, the business consultant who is in between the development teams and between the customer had explained it in a very great manner to the customer, because he need to collect the money from the customer. Coming to the project documentation, like there was nothing left in the project documentation. Coming to the operations install, like they were not able to install operations, they were not able to install the software properly. Coming to the customer has been built in a very great manner over here. So whenever it comes to the support, they were able to support the end user in a very great manner. So they were able to support the customer in a very great manner. So this is how they were not able to support the customer in a very great manner. So as they don't have the complete requirements, they are not able to support the customer. They are not able to support the specific project. As they are not able to understand the specific requirement, as they don't have the complete documentation with them, they are not able to understand the specific requirements. They are not able to support the specific customer. The customer actually needed this. Like whenever they have developed this kind of project, it would have reduced their cost in a very great manner. Because of lack of communication skills in between them, they have developed an irrelevant product to the customer. So going back to the earlier slides. So why do we need to conduct the testing? What to test? How often do we conduct the testing? Who are the people that will be conducting the testing? As discussed in the earlier part, testing had become a most absolutely essential part to make sure that the software works properly and does the work what it is meant to perform. So, as the companies are basically striving hard for the quality products, to give the quality products to their end users, the quality had become a major concern to the entire testing team. That is the basic reason for conducting the testing. So, what to test? Any working product which forms part of the application has to be tested. They are trying to basically concentrate on both the data and they are trying to concentrate on the programs also. So, both the data and the programs must be tested. How often do we test an application? When a program source code is modified, we have to test that particular application. When a project is newly being developed, then also we need to conduct the testing on that particular application. Who is going to test that particular applications? The first one who has developed a particular application or a program will be conducting the testing on that particular application. That is, a programmer will be conducting the testing on that particular application. Once the programmer completes the testing, then the tester comes into picture and the tester will be conducting the testing on that particular application. Once the tester completes the testing, then it goes into the hands of the customer. The customer will start conducting the testing on that particular application. So, coming back to why do the software will be having defects? As you know that the computer programs are going to be designed and developed by the human beings, and the human beings will be committing some sort of mistakes. So, whenever the human beings commits any kind of mistakes, whenever these mistakes has not been checked properly, whenever these mistakes are unchecked, they can lead to a lot of problems. And apart from this, like the customers wanted to get the quality products. As the market is growing up, as the market has whenever you're not able to deliver a quality product to the end user, the customer will be not sitting with you. That is, the customer will not be still able to continue with you. Whenever you're not able to deliver a quality product, then the customer will obviously look for a second alternative which is there available. That means the customer, like you'll be losing the customer, and the customer will be going to some other one who will be able to deliver the quality product. So the customer wants to have the quality product. So that had made that had made the quality as the essential part to all the software development organizations. Whenever you are trying to do the testing, you should have to carry out the testing by using some sort of proper planning. Whenever you don't have proper planning, like a lot of time will be wasted up and a lot of resources will be wasted up. In order to save the time and money, you need to have the proper planning for conducting the proper testing part. So this is the history of the testing. We have already seen this part. Coming to the quality, whenever we are trying to concentrate on the quality, we need to meet the customer requirements in terms of functionality. So whenever you are trying to concentrate on the software testing, we have basically two types of testing. One is called as white box testing and the other one is called as a black box testing. Whenever we mean by the white box testing, the white testing which is going to be done by the development team, wherein they are trying to concentrate on the coming on to the black box testing. So like whenever we mean by white box testing, the people who are conducting the white box testing, a particular application has been developed. Let us say if a particular application has been developed in Java, the guys who are conducting the white box testing should have the basic knowledge on the Java-based application. Unless and until they have the knowledge on the Java-based programming language, they will not be able to conduct the testing on the Java-based application. Coming on to because like they're trying to basically concentrate on the internal logic of each and every functionality of the particular application. That is nothing but they're trying to concentrate on the internal programming of the particular application. So this is where they're trying to concentrate on the white box testing techniques. Coming on to the black box testing, whenever we mean by black box testing, we need to basically concentrate on in the black box testing, the testers like us are trying to basically concentrate on the external functionalities of the application. Irrespective of the internal logic or internal programming language whichever they have used, they're trying to concentrate on the external functionality of the particular application. Whenever we mean the external functionality of the particular application, we're trying to basically concentrate on the external part of the particular application. Let us say, if I'm trying to, like, if coming to the manual testing versus automation testing. Whenever we mean by manual testing, we are trying to basically concentrate on completely utilizing the manual resources, which is called as a manual testing process. Whenever we mean by automation testing is a process in which we are trying to use some of the automated tools. Let us coming on to the software development process, we have different kinds of software development process. We have we'll be trying to basically concentrate on the software development process, wherein we are trying to basically concentrate on the requirement gathering and and like coming on to the software development lifecycle models, we have some of the SDLC models that are available in the market. We are trying to basically concentrate on the most important as software. Once we complete that part, we are trying to basically concentrate on basic definitions relating to the software testing. Once we look into the basic definitions of the software testing, we'll be entering into the as well. Then we are trying to concentrate on the different levels of test execution. We're trying to concentrate on level 0, level 1. Manner. We're trying to concentrate on the bug life cycle. We're trying to concentrate on like what do we mean by how that. Once we complete that, we are trying to basically concentrate on the automation tools which are there available in the market. Like we'll be trying to concentrate on the Thank you for watching the video. Thank you very much.